All right, coming back. I had to, for reasons outside of the scope of this video, take a breather from the last one, but I actually think it was a good time to stop as we were talking about kind of the torso and posture. Now we're going to talk about the arms and the hands and fingers and those joints. Before we dive into that, I want to cover some important concepts that I either missed or glossed over slightly in the last video. And one of them is that one of the analogies that I like for why you need to know about the joints is what I call the Where's Waldo effect. And what I mean by that is that when you think about Where's Waldo, and if you're not familiar, it was an old book. You'd have all these different images of like Waldo at an amusement park, Waldo at a mall, Waldo at a music festival. And you had to find Waldo, and he was always wearing a striped shirt like mine, except it was red and white instead of gray and white. Rather fitting I'm wearing this shirt today. I didn't realize that. But anyway, Waldo is actually not on his own hard to find. If it was just Waldo in a blank field, Waldo would not be difficult to find. The problem is that there's all these people in the image, and some of them are even wearing things similar to Waldo that make it challenging to find Waldo. And I think that same issue affects guitar in a couple ways, but I think the most important one is that there's so much going on when you think about all the different joints that can move and all the different techniques, from tremolo to rasgueo to all the different musical elements like dynamics, and then there's like tone and sound production, that a lot of the issues with prior methods have been that I think there's a couple things. So I think for some people, they learned it at a young age, so they don't remember. It's intuitive to them and they don't know how to describe it, or they forgot to include it in whatever method book they wrote. They made a method book of exercises, but they talked about this stuff with their students during the exercises, and so it didn't get down in writing. There's all these different factors. And so the idea is to kind of get all this information in one place and give it some sort of linear organization.